Most horrific natural disasters caught on dash cam. Sorry. Underworld, lock the fuck in.
The middle of a powerful tornado and an earthquake in Taiwan that
That
nearly
doesn't look
flipped
real.
this city bus, to a massive rockfall in China that obliterated one person's car, and a team of Australian firefighters who had to take cover during a burnover.
That looks
Here
like a
are
cool ass
10
fire
of the
though.
most horrific
Blue.
natural disasters caught on dashcam. August 29th of 2021, Hurricane Ida landed on the Louisiana coast.
It's always these type of houses that get fucking wiped out in a flood. I don't know what
The
it is.
storm devastated coastal towns near the Gulf of Mexico, but had other plans for cities deep within the United States. By August 31st, Ida weakened into a tropical depression as it moved into the southwestern Appalachian region. That's when
Fuck
she
it.
kicked off a massive
Holy shit, I didn't even know they were that big. That's fucking huge.
tornado outbreak, spawning 36 storms between Louisiana and Massachusetts. One of those storms
36. What is going on about? I knew the storms were bad, right? But I thought it was just called like it was one individual massive storm, not 36 different ones.
struck in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania,
You were gonna
just
run
as
out of
this
names.
truck driver was arriving at the gas station. All he could do was sit, wait, and hope his rig could withstand the wind.
Pennsylvania, Delaware, Montgomery, and Philadelphia.
Your gang is cooked, bro. Bro is cooked.
The flood warning continues for the Swatara Creek and Harbor Tavern.
If I were to be in any vehicle and feel safe, it'd be a truck. 100%. You know you ain't blown away. You know that tornado is not picking your truck up. It will though. That's the difference. But at least you feel a bit safer. But that thing would 100% pick up your truck.
Tonight until further notice.
Depends what the level is at.
3:15 p.m. Wednesday, the stage was 6.4 feet. Flood stage is 9.0 feet.
About 5 seconds ago, we could see about 10 meters in front of us. Now we can barely see 5.
Moderate flooding is forecast.
Holy shit, the flooding's coming in.
Forecast. The river is expected to rise above flood stage light this evening to a crest of 14.8 feet tomorrow morning. It will then fall below flood.
I do want, I do want to experience a disaster though. I've never been in one because obviously I live in the UK. It doesn't happen over here. I would like to be in one. Natural disaster, earthquake, whatnot. I'd just like to experience it. Hopefully not die, but you know what I mean.
Stage Friday afternoon. Impact at 9.0 feet.
Yeah, we can't even. We're barely able to see the lights anymore. We were able to see the lights at least through the fog, but we're barely seeing that now.
Ways and other minor roadways are affected.
Okay, so there goes the lights. We were able to see them. Now they're going to be gone.
Begins to enter
No, we can still see them. It's just a telephone line.
Impact at
Holy shit, his truck is about to fly. Imagine the other cars that just drove past. They're probably gone. They are probably... Huh. There's my neighbour. He's probably gone.
10.0 feet. High water isolates 7
Mind you,
houses.
this guy's in a truck. I don't know what one is, but just go average one, 12 by 12. That shit is not going anywhere. Imagine a car. That shit's barely staying down.
Roads are closed, resulting in some
Look how easy it's tipping. It's just hit.
Maybe they shouldn't have let that tornado warning expire. For a split second, you can see our driver gripping his steering wheel for dear life. He's lucky
He's got some absolute mild core strength. Fucker's still sitting on his side like it's normal.
his seatbelt kept him in place, or the
That
force
makes
of his
sense.
flipping truck would have slingshotted him into the ground. According to the National Weather Service, the Pennsylvania storm was an EF2 tornado, reaching wind speeds upwards of 130 miles per hour.
That's only 2.
Downed power lines.
That is only 2. Yo, our fucking storms here in the UK would be -2. Our storm here is like anywhere between 50 and 80 mile per hour winds. That's a storm here. It's more rain than anything, but storm that's like us here. But this is like a tornado or a hurricane or something. We don't get those here. Where you get cyclones or something. But we never get those. Never seen one, never will. I've had a storm ages ago. There was a tree in my street that got ripped out.
Covered main
Other
roads,
than that, that's it.
and several homeowners
Pretty
watched
weak
their
street, though.
roofs
It's a weak
fly
tree.
away. The storm caused about $5 million worth of damage across Montgomery County.
Fucking
Overall,
hell.
Ida-borne tornadoes caused over $13 million worth of damage across the United States.
Fuck me, man. 13 million. They're already in debt as it is.
Yanjin County, China is a mountainous community in Yunnan province. It's home to nearly 500,000
So where are we in China? Taiwan. Okay.
people, many of whom live in the world's narrowest city. We are, of course, referring to the county seat of Yanjing City. Built
Could you fit any more fucking apartments? Holy shit, we are pushing our luck. All it takes is one avalanche. Boof. Everything in the fucking river. See this entire quadrant here? One avalanche. Boof. Just take everything out. Everything.
along the banks of the Nanxi River. It's like a
A
city
domino effect. That back house goes in that house, and that house, and that house, and that house, and this and there.
wedged between two mountains, is prime for land.
I mean, imagine if this fucker were to get hit. Boof. This fucker. Boof. Honestly.
Landslides and rock falls. One of those rock falls struck on January 26, 2024. A
It's not
local
as simple
man
as-
was driving along the G85 Yinkun Expressway
Probably
when his
so.
dash cam captured boulders rolling down the mountain.
Oh, me. Kurwa. What are they saying? What are they saying? What are they saying? We got to translate that to me. That's a car there, by the way. That's a car there. Keep that in mind. That's one there as well. I mean, look how it trampled the
Our
fucking
driver
line in
backed up
trees.
as far as he could, worried that more rocks could fall at any moment. Once he was safe and convinced it was over, he left his car to investigate. Just look at how big some of these boulders are.
So I mean, that would trample a fucking building. Not a full building, but you get what I mean. It trampled through the fucking rims. This guy's... There's no way this guy's alive. Can be dead ass. This guy's alive on a fucking whim if he is. Genuinely. The person said he's got out of his car once he thought it was saved. They said that unconvincingly. I reckon more's gonna come down. I hope it doesn't, but I reckon there will be.
Thankfully,
You'll never
the
be too
driver of the
safe.
damaged car escaped with their life. They were taken
I was gonna say. I thought I was gonna say.
to the hospital, where doctors got them to a stable condition. Their car, however, was totaled. They're lucky the boulder
How the fuck are they alive?
hit the back. A straight-on collision would have flattened their car like a pancake.
And what this isn't. But you're barely. That's barely a waffle.
First time round in 2018, we were lucky enough to win on the Euro Millions raffle, and this time we were lucky enough to win on the lotto, 5 numbers and a bonus ball.
I feel like lottery cards are just
What if you can create
civilized
your own
gambling at this
website
point.
by saying this is what I want. With Wix,
generally it's
you
just
can.
cheaper and more civilized gambling.
Pompano Beach, Florida is a small city
Tsunami.
between Boca Raton and Fort
Always a
Lauderdale.
tsunami or a
Like
tornado.
any other Florida city, they experience random periods of intense rainfall. It'll happen out of nowhere and then be over.
Not
in a
tsunami, I
flash.
meant flooding,
For
sorry.
most people, it's a part of daily Floridian life. On February 16th,
Normal for the UK. Not flooding like that level, but of rain every day. Today there was a storm. There was a storm in Northern Ireland that somehow hit me, and I'm Scotland. And no, I'm not on the west side of Scotland. I'm on the fucking east.
of 2016, one of those freak rainstorms
Like the east
struck.
side
It
of
was
Scotland.
around 8 a.m., and this local Florida man was on his way to work. He thought the storm looked darker than usual.
I'm talking like east side of Scotland. I'm like a 20-minute drive from the beach. Shit, that's right there.
But wasn't too concerned. He kept on driving, oblivious to what was forming nearby.
Tornado? How is nobody know about this? Okay, that is a tornado. Oh, come on. That's pretty funny, that. Who don't turn off the lights, man? Brother, you have bigger fish to fry.
You can see the tornado taking shape in the distance. Our driver, who is more concerned about slow morning commuters, had no idea what was happening. That's when
Oh, that
debris
makes more
began
sense.
flying into the road. The trees swayed back and forth, and our driver finally realized he was caught in a freak Floridian tornado.
What level are we at though?
That's a swell there, boy. That's a swell.
I don't know how he's still driving at it.
Okay, people, what the y'all?
Yo, gang, how have you not realised that yet? Are you blind?
What the hell is dude? Get the out of here.
Window wipers doing God's work out here. I will clean your windscreen. It will be clear. Yeah, do what other. Okay, never mind.
No! Get the out of the fucking way, you dumbass! You fucking sit down, let it hit your car? Dumbasses! Go! Get a battered fucking window!
Okay, Rain's really hitting it now, like. Window wipers are still doing God's work.
That's awesome!
Was our cameraman right to whip into the oncoming lane and then yell at other drivers?
No.
Probably not. He said fight or flight kicked in and he didn't feel like sitting around waiting for what he thought was a hurricane to pass. Later, he learned that an EF1 tornado had touched down near Hard Rock Stadium. It caused a few minor injuries, triggered a fire, and tore the roofs off of several houses. The Hard Rock storm was one of 3.
That's fair play though. See if some fucker sat on the road. I'm so scared. I am gonna whip around him. I am not staying there. Hit him or not, fucking
destroyed
drive.
Florida that morning. Even though most people think of hurricanes when they picture the Sunshine State, tornadoes are still common. Thankfully,
Oh, yeah.
most never exceed EF2 intensity. Between 1950 and 2022, there were no EF5s and only 2 EF4s.
I would say that ratio is still pretty bad.
In the United States, we
Fire.
have devastating forest fires. In Australia, they have catastrophic brush fires. Between
Yeah.
November 25th and December 2nd of 2015, a massive fire moved across South Australia.
It was the fucking bushfires that were happening years ago that was so bad. Honestly, it was terrible.
Burned over 200,000 acres and caused over $170 million in damages. The day the fire started, firefighters rushed toward danger to try and head the flames off. But, as we know, fire is unpredictable. It can speed up and change direction at a moment's notice. As firefighters raced down the road, they quickly realized they wouldn't reach the other side.
I mean, look at that. That's a purple flame, a blue flame. What does that mean again? I can't remember. There's a specific type of thing is. Specific type of thing is burning. Nobody was injured. Okay, good.
We're gonna go in a burn over very, very quickly now. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Get the fucking front
Holy shit! Those fucking flames are huge! Those flames are massive! Holy shit,
The
bro.
fire had completely engulfed their trucks. Burnover mode was their only option.
What does that mean?
Unfortunately, burnover is the last word any firefighter wants to hear.
What does that mean? What does burnover mean? I mean, you can't see what's going on with this camera. No, no. You also do have to realise how extreme this temperature's got to be next to that fire. That fire is fucking huge. You'd be 200 meters away and you can still feel it. I might be pushing it, I don't know. I don't know, I'm just saying random numbers.
When firefighters enter burnover mode, they either slip into heat-resistant bags or deploy protective curtains made of the same material. It looks like thick aluminum foil. It keeps them safe as the fire
Don't tell me there's a guy in there. Oh no, he's dead.
burns over their trucks or the immediate area. Meanwhile, hoses will douse the trucks in water to keep them cool and not engulfed in flames. Burnover drills are a last resort because they can't last forever. Firefighters have to hope the blaze moves on and they're not left sitting in the middle of it. Thankfully, these brave Australian firefighters made it out alive. Others weren't as lucky, as the pinery fire put dozens in the hospital and burned down 87 homes.
Fucking hell. It was terrible when that was going on. That was terrible. I want the one with the cool song. The good ad. I want to see this hit it. Hold on. That's all I wanted to see. Looked pretty cool.
Clarksville, Tennessee is a major city off Route 24, about 50 miles northwest of Nashville. It's next door to Fort Campbell, home to the 101st Airborne Division. On December 9th of 2020,
Okay, there was a building
tornado
there.
touched down on top of Fort Campbell, slightly north of Sabre Airfield. It passed through rural areas outside the city before intensifying to EF3 strength. That's when it crossed Highway 41 and smashed into some local businesses. This driver had no idea he was heading into the eye of the storm until it was too late. 25-year-old Cameron was driving past the Wendy's on Tinytown Road. Ominous clouds loomed overhead.
Is the Wendy's in the room?
And light rain began falling on his car. Then, out of nowhere, an electric transformer exploded.
Okay.
Debris began falling from the sky as 150-mile-per-hour winds battered Cameron's car. Another box exploded in bright blue sparks.
Where?
Cameron said, "Nope," and turned down a residential street. But that's when all hell broke loose.
That's fair play.
Cameron could hardly see 10 feet ahead as debris smashed his car
so we are hoping that my windshield doesn't shatter.
and cracked his windshield.
Oh,
He's
there it is.
lucky
No.
he didn't strike any other vehicles as he raced beneath bending power lines.
Oh my fucking
He
days.
finally made it out of the danger zone and never looked back. It's too bad the video has no audio.
Gotta
or else
dodge
we'd
it.
let it play, but I think the footage more than speaks for itself. In the end, our driver was fine.
We have hit everything but a car. Genuinely.
A bit shaken up, surely, but thankfully uninjured. The Clarksville storm lasted over an hour and traced a 48-mile path of destruction. It caused
I take back what I said earlier. I don't want to be in a storm anymore.
millions of dollars in damages and was one of the worst tornadoes to hit the city since
If I knew
the
I was
late
safe,
90s.
then yeah, but no, I'm not. I'm pushing my luck.
On April 3rd of 2024,
Taiwan.
a powerful 7.3 magnitude earthquake struck the east coast of Taiwan near
Why is it Taiwan and Japan and all that, you really get earthquakes? I can't remember what it is, but I swear there's a reason for it. Well, obviously there's going to be a reason for it. I swear it's because they're in like one of the... I learned this in geography. I can't remember what they're called, but it's like things that can make the earth and it causes
Hualien
earthquakes
City,
and that.
the county-level city, home to roughly 100,000 people, was
That looks
just
fake.
starting its day.
That
when
is
the
fake.
ground began shaking around 8 a.m. local time. A commuter on their way to work had their dashcam rolling when the earthquake struck the highway overpass. Every car on the road shook like it was on a spring. The bus on our driver's left nearly toppled over.
So this was actually real in the beginning.
还有带有淡淡花香、产量稀少的水蜜芭乐哦。好物只卖好水果，立即上好物市集。哦，地震
Look at that bus, bro. Look at the cars. They're actually jumping. Look at the bridge and all.
生活圈、
中正汉口街品家七七，
国外特区、
I feel like waving with them.
区站前商圈。
高规格精品住宅，
What is this happy ass shit talking about when we've got an earthquake going on?
个物超所值，是您入住台北市的最佳选择。
As bad as it looks, the Taiwan earthquake could have caused a lot more damage.
Yeah.
In fact, only a handful of buildings collapsed in a city with tens of thousands of structures. That's
Okay, we're not
because
looking at
Taiwan has been preparing for this
good
moment
ratio.
since 1999, after the
We
Chi
shouldn't want any,
earthquake,
but it's
the
fine.
worst in Taiwanese history, claimed 2,400 lives and leveled thousands of buildings. Ever
Imagine
since,
being in that
there
house.
hasn't been a building project in Taiwan that hasn't undergone strict earthquake testing. All new projects, like these highways,
So if like everything's just built for an earthquake, but what if a tornado comes through? Just takes everything.
are built to withstand
Genuinely.
powerful quakes.
What if one day the world just had enough and just a switcheroo? Florida gets earthquakes,
This
Taiwan and Japan
game,
gets hurricanes.
You're not ready.
On January 1st of 2024,
Fire?
a 7.5 magnitude earthquake rang in the Japanese
Some of it
New
is
Year.
burning fire.
It struck just after 4 p.m. on the Noto Peninsula, a stretch of land off the Ishikawa prefecture. The ground
Ishikawa.
shook for 50 harrowing seconds, but
What
that's
does that
not where
mean?
the destruction ended. The
50
earthquake
seconds.
triggered a tsunami that took many Noto residents by
Okay.
surprise. The Shiromaru district, which faces the bay on Noto's eastern coast, was hit especially hard. Waves washed onto the streets, washing anything away that wasn't bolted
Why
down.
does stuff like it's been on
Dashcam
fire then?
footage from a parked car shows how violent the earthquake was. In fact, this event was the most powerful tremor to hit the Ishikawa prefecture since 1885. It was also the
1885.
strongest to hit mainland Japan since the 2011 earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear disaster. Buildings rock back and forth, and those power lines
Holy
look
shit.
like they're on the verge of collapse. On average, earthquakes only last between 10 and 30 seconds.
And mind you, this shit just randomly happened in a During day. Just broke a world record for the most powerful earthquake since 2011. Not a world record, because it's since 2011, so it'd be like... So 2011 was the most powerful, but since then this has been the most powerful. Okay, that makes more sense. But that, again, that happens on a random day.
So,
Wipes out
people
your
around
house.
Noto began to worry when this one eclipsed the 40-second mark. Just when they
See what I
thought they
mean?
were clear,
Okay, there it
tsunami
comes in the
waves
war.
began crashing over the sea walls.
It's
Water
getting
flooded
higher.
the streets, carrying
Still getting
debris
higher.
and other loose objects.
Still
This
getting
poor
higher.
tire shop owner probably lost his entire inventory. The
And here comes the
water
bin.
even gets high enough to move our parked car.
Really?
Thankfully, it doesn't go very far. From the rear, you can clearly see the earthquake leaving large cracks in the road. Some of the pavement even pops up and breaks loose.
Holy
It's
shit.
a small example of how vulnerable we are.
Yo, what the fuck? I thought that only happened in movies. I know it obviously happens in real life, but I never knew you could actually just watch a crack happen through the floor.
To Mother Nature and how much damage she can do with ease. After some time, the camera cuts
Up here
and the
comes the
tsunami
flood.
wave rolls in. Like before, the street is full of debris, and at one point, our car even begins to float. Thankfully, the tsunami was relatively small in comparison to others and subsided soon after. The Noto
Still
earthquake
not good, though.
damaged or destroyed nearly
That is
50,000
bad.
homes. Most of them were full of families at home celebrating New Year's Day,
50,000.
which Japan recognizes as a public holiday. According to government estimates, the earthquake will cost Japan over $17 billion in repairs.
17 billion! What the fuck did they have? 17 billion! Yo! That shit is... What? Is there like earthquake insurance over in Japan?
Luzhou, China is a prefecture
You have to pay for it
city
yourself.
in Sichuan province. Fun fact, it's known as the liquor city and is famous for its alcoholic beverages.
Fair play.
Everyone's drink of choice is baijiu, a clear liquid distilled from grain with a 60% ABV. It
I was gonna
packs
say
a punch
vodka, but
after a
vodka's
long
less than
day.
that.
On May 24th of 2023, a trucker was driving through the crowded streets of Luzhou. His bed was
See if his bed's just doused, that's what he's got on the bed and the fire comes out. It's just...
loaded with dirt, and all he
Okay,
could think
never mind.
about was getting off his shift and enjoying a glass of baijiu. A random sinkhole decided to ruin his after-work
Imagine being that fucking unlucky. I'm unlucky, but that shit ain't gonna happen to me, hopefully. Touch wood. Touch two dice wood just in case. But imagine just... I can't wait to get off work. Open your eyes again. And you're in the ground. Where'd I go? Where's the road?
Plans. Our dash cam follows the trucker as he navigates a busy road. Then,
Oh, there's the
suddenly,
trucker.
the back end dips, and the whole truck falls into a massive sinkhole.
Well, if we're looking at the bigger picture here, at least the hole got filled the second the truck dropped in. It's got a dirt on him, at least it's got filled.
It almost pulls another car down with it. Our driver takes a few moments to collect
What
himself.
causes sinkholes? What actually is a sinkhole? And why do they happen? Because they're obviously not that deep. They're not that deep, and where does the mud go? Because if it's falling, where does this mud that's sitting at the top go? I don't understand how sinkholes work. I don't know.
Or popping the door open.
What actually is a sinkhole? And how does it work? Because see, like, for example, see the mud that was here. Where does that go? Where does that go?
Play War Thunder now. Join millions of players.
Not
across the
not
globe
that
in
I want.
massive battles
Not the
on
one I want. Not the good music.
啊，这个是怎么回龙空
Like,
啊？
what actually happens in a sinkhole? What's the kind of reaction and
对，
thing that happens? That this guy just went under the tape, but he's not meant to be.
At least the hole is partially filled now, right?
That's what I
According to
said when you
reports,
scraped
the
in thing I
sinkhole
like.
covered over 320 square feet. Thankfully, our driver made it out safely, and nobody
Good.
else got hurt. Lopburi, Thailand is a
I'm gonna guess where this is. Is this still in China?
small city about 90 miles northeast of Bangkok. It's home to roughly 58,000 people who, fun fact, share the city with nearly
I'm joking, by the
5,000
way.
crab-eating monkeys. All the monkeys were indoors on May 7th of 2020 when a powerful thunderstorm moved over the city. A local Lopburi man was driving home from work as strong winds pushed against
monkey
the
started,
power
like,
lines
climbing
on
over
either
his
side
car.
of the road. Once one fell, they all came down.
Okay, this is great. So what do the monkeys have to do with this? Are they the ones that orchestrated it? Are they the ones that started putting all the power lines down? Planet of the Apes. Okay, there's one, there's two, there's three, there's four, there's five, there's six, there's seven, there's eight. Oh yeah. Chain reaction. The close one. What happens if that power line hits your car? Does it mean like you just entire car just zzz, and you're dead? I don't know. Clearly not, because he's driving over them. Okay, so that's not good. Zzz, zzz, zzz. It's getting closer, bro. Bro, it's getting closer. Bro, the fireball is getting closer. Where are we going? You couldn't have went to a worse spot.
Our driver, Anon Si Phanom, said he was lucky to be alive. A few more feet, and he would have been toast. He did the smart
Quite
thing
literally.
and got off the road before
Never mind,
the
it's all
other
good
set
then.
fell. According to the CDC, if a
I would
power
just stay
line
there, bro.
falls on
I would
your
just
car
stay there.
while you're still inside, you should stay put with the engine running. The ground under your vehicle could electrocute you if you step on it while touching the car. However, your
What?
car's outer shell will keep you safe if you stay inside. The only
Okay.
reason you should ever exit before help arrives is if your car catches fire. But at that point, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. If you have to get out, ensure you're not touching the ground and the car simultaneously.
So what? I'm gonna jump out the fucking car. That's not gonna work, is it? Unless my shoes have rubber soles. You gotta think smart here. As long as your hands or any part of your other body are not touching the vehicle, but your shoes are. Don't listen to me. I might be wrong, right? But if you've got rubber on your soles, would you not be alright? Because obviously rubber is not a conductor.
It helps if
It's the
you
opposite
jump
of
as
not.
far away as you can. Just try not to land on the power lines.
I thought that was just a not. Yeah, that's simple enough. I feel like nobody's gonna do that unless you're a fucking idiot. This is Richard. And this is Faye.
You buy a ticket, you've got that chance.
Again, I feel like gambling's just. I feel like lottery's just civilized gambling.
You can earn again when you sell to tons of potential buyers. So go on, tidy drawers again. Sell pre-owned electronics today, all with no selling fees again. Don't use it, sell it.
Bijie, China is a prefecture-level city in Guizhou province.
Where
It's
actually is Beijing? I feel like I should know this, but I have no idea.
to about 6.5 million people who recently learned a valuable lesson about black ice. It was January of 2023.
We can't be
Even
there,
for a
there's no
province
way.
in southern China, Guizhou can still get pretty cold in winter. On January 16th, it got so cold that a long slick of black ice formed
Oh, he's
over
gone.
the Bijie Weining
He's
Expressway.
gone.
One
That truck is
person
gone.
lost control and crashed, setting
That
off a
truck is
chain
gone.
reaction you have to see to believe.
That truck is gone, bro. Okay. Could we have not at least seen the pile of cars at least a mile back? You don't have to go 40 miles an hour into them. Can we just see? What car is that stopped on the left? Actually, it stopped in its tracks.
You have to see to believe.
Look at this guy on the left. Just stopped in his tracks. Black Ice, my car's never heard of that. Stops. What? This other car, on the other hand, has not. Right, no, hold on. I want to know what this car is on the left. Because this car on the left, bro, it just stops in its tracks. Stops in its tracks, no effort. Never heard of Black Ice before, mate. That is not me. But this other car in the hand is all for Black Ice and is just feeling it, right? Because as you can, whoa. As you can see here, whoa. As you can see here, it does endeavour with the Black Ice. This Black Ice is its guy's best friend, right? And this second car is like, I want some too, and goes straight into the back of that car as well. And fuck off, mate. Anyone else? Any more takers? Couldn't have went to a worse spot. All I'm saying. Cunts better be raging. Cunts better be raging. Two fuckers that just went back at me. Two! Not one, two! And in such endeavours, this truck has no idea what Black Ice is, right? No, what? Fuck it, I'll go for it. Didn't he get all the way through? What is in his back that it's got this much water coming out of it? At least the child's safe. That is the biggest deal here. Everybody is safe, I hope. I hope nobody's injured. You know what, fuck it, we'll go for a double whammy. Ha! Everybody just doesn't care what Black Ice
You
is.
can't tell from our dash cam, but more cars keep adding to the pile. Eventually, the expressway was locked in one of the worst traffic jams we have ever seen.
Yo, I hope everybody was safe though. Holy shit, it goes on for miles.
Imagine being stuck in the back, wondering why nothing is moving. Luckily, nobody got seriously injured during the pileup. Police eventually cleared the road, and salt trucks came by to remove the ice. By then,
You were a bit too late.
it was too late. Maybe
Yeah,
next
thank you.
time they'll salt the roads before everything turns into an ice rink. If you enjoyed this video
Maybe that's a smart idea there.
and want to see another just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. With that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
W Radio.